10 years ago, he was just another student in South Carolina, but now he's on his way to becoming one of the biggest movie stars in China. Since 2009, Matthew Knowles has starred in many Chinese TV dramas, but this summer, the 31-year-old breaks onto the big screen. He'll feature in Asura, an epic $100 million blockbuster, the most expensive film production in Chinese history. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Master, I have pledged my sword and my life to the protection of the realms. To live as you have instructed us. To fight as you have taught us. To keep the evil king from bringing his war to the gates of heaven. But I cannot do it alone. I ask that you send us the one who will save us all.
And Matthew joins me live in the studio now. It's pretty epic, isn't it?
It is. It's a really exciting project to be a part of.
You're sitting there so proudly watching that just then, weren't you?
Well, I actually want to see it. You know,
Right.
It's not just that I'm in it. I really want to see it.
Haven't seen it?
Not the whole thing. Not since I've done the VFX and everything. So I'm really, really excited to see it in the theater, in the big screen.
You do know what it's about, though.
Oh, absolutely.
So just tell us very quickly. I mean, we got a little taster, but tell us what it's about.
Right. So Asura is basically the equivalent to Ares. He's the god of war, and he's a bad guy. Okay. And then we are the rebels who are demigods, and we fight against him, fight for justice. So my character is Rawa, who's like the biggest, strongest of the rebels. So kind of the equivalent to Hercules.
Now you're standing up to demigod-like, yeah, okay.
It's the actor, and he just kind
of
fills in.
Yeah, and you need the shoulder pads, though. They're pretty good, aren't they?
Right,
the costumes are amazing.
Yeah, they are. Our costume designer, Nyla, won an Oscar for The Lord of the Rings, so it has that feel to it, and they're really, really detailed and beautiful. The set design, the costume design, it's all world class.
And it's all in Mandarin.
It is. It's Mandarin language.
So you've got that down to a fine art, have you?
Well, that's kind of my niche.
Yeah.
You know, I was the first non-Asian to study acting at Beijing Film Academy back in the day. So I learned to act in Mandarin, and doing that kind of thing is my niche.
You went over just to be a teacher, didn't you? Or?
Right. I originally went over there to do humanitarian work just for a year in a really poor area of China called Guizhou. And they convinced me to come back a second year, and then I came back a third year, and I fell into entertainment there, and then it just snowballed from there through the years.
And you've done all sorts. You've done some TV. You've done a lot of TV, but I'm most interested in the reality TV shows, because they're pretty crazy over there, aren't they?
Oh, they can be. They can be. Yeah. For at the very beginning of my career, I did a lot of the TV shows, and I did something that was like American Gladiators, where people would compete against my team, like
so
the Wipeout show.
that would have helped with the fighting for this film, wouldn't it? The gladiator stuff.
Yeah, I guess
that was totally different.
That was totally different. That was more just entertainment. Yeah, but I also fought Muay Thai, kickboxing for a while in Thailand. So that helped a lot with doing the choreography for this film. And
so you're big in China, but you're not. Nobody really knows you, do they? In the US, or is that unfair? Can you walk around the street and then people leave you alone?
In the U.S., absolutely, yeah. But if I go into a Chinese restaurant, it's cool. I was just in Paris and in the Chinese restaurant there in the middle of the city, and one by one, the cooks came out of the kitchen and wanted to take a picture.
And are you hoping? Is Hollywood the next thing? Are you hoping for that?
Yeah. Well, I just signed with 3 Arts in Hollywood and Independent here in London. So I'm in the process of expanding, and there's some good opportunities on the horizon. So. Okay. I'm really excited about the next 2 years. Yeah,
very good. So if 2 words could sum up the film, what would you say?
Epic.
Epic.
What'll do? Epic.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us.
That's, Thank you.
Matthew Knowles, and it's Asura. Asura, right. It's going to be the next Game of Thrones, apparently. Do stay with us here on BBC World News. Still to come.